All right, folks, we're here with Coach Josh Wallig, and you're also one of the directors of the program, correct?
Yeah, we are the owners of the facility. Brian and myself, we've been talking about this place for a couple years, and it was always in our minds, and we weren't sure if we would ever get to this point. But here we are, so we're excited about that. But I do help a lot with Coach Austin in the direction of the different stuff that we do without the tribe organization.
So let's start here. You're talking about this brand new, I said over there to you,
Yes,
it still has the new car smell.
Yeah.
And you guys, this just opened this year?
We opened in November.
November.
Yeah, so we're going on a couple months.
It's nice. What has that done, and how has it changed the approach to the program?
I think it's been huge because up till this year we were in a gym, we were at the Sportsplex over in Cape. It just wasn't baseball specific, so us kind of having a say in how we designed this, and with the knowing of we wanted to have some team practices here and training and development, that's been a really big attribute to our organization. I've sat back the last couple of weeks and watched our teams practice, and just seeing how many reps and how many swings and how much work they can get in a 2-hour spot. It's really impressive, and it's been a really good addition to our program.
And I love that, you got the spot up there where the parents
the parents love it up there. The siblings love it up there. They want to be down here, but the younger ones, we'll get them involved soon enough. But yeah, it's a great addition. Just to give the parents a spot, and it's a great lookout too. You can really see what's going on. I don't know if it's always good, but everything echoes up that direction. So they get to hear what's being said and what's being taught, which I think is a huge advantage for them to kind of know what's expected of their son.
Absolutely. You got to have the investment of the parent into the program, because they're the ones taking them home and saying, okay, what do we got to work on this week?
100%.
When you come back to practice, be ready, right? We've seen 10, 11, 12-year-olds here today going through the defensive skills, being in the cages. Why bring all the different age levels together that way?
I think it's huge for that. We talked about development and growth. It gives, my son's a 10-year-old. It gives him somebody to look up to. The cool thing is today we've got these groups here, but it's nothing for these guys to be working with high school kids that have come through the same program and have been part of that. And, it's just like they can see it right in front of them. I coached our 16U tribe team last year, so those guys are fantastic with my team, and then the groups around them, just the youth in general. It's nothing for them to pull them over to the cage or give them some advice and talk with them and talk about a culture. That's what we wanted to build, and we were hoping to get there. And it's taken off very quickly, but I think part of that too goes back to the college kids came back over Christmas, and those guys were the first tribe group. But those college kids are pulling our high school kids in. So now those high school kids are paying it forward and pulling the youth kids in, which is really special to see, and we were hoping to get there, but to see it a month after opening, I just sat back and, just ecstatic because I got to watch it right in front of me, and it's been an awesome thing.
We talk about, development all the time and things of that nature. When you guys set your schedules in motion and for the summer and whatnot, how does that prepare you for what you're really bringing into the practice sessions for these kids?
I think it's awesome for us because we kind of, as a coach, we have complete autonomy of our group, and which allows us to once again have further parent involvement. So I can go back to my 11 players and, hey, where do we want to go to? What tournaments do we want to play? What weekends are good? If there's other stuff going on or other sports, we know where we can avoid, and it's not just, hey, you're going this weekend, you're going here. We get to decide that. So that's really nice. So my group, we're doing what we want to do. You know, there's other 10U teams at my age, and they get to do what fits their group best. And I think that's the best thing about us, is that we have that flexibility as coaches. And then too, if we go out of town, I may go out of town and may say we go to South Haven, there might be 2 or 3 other tribe teams there, and we're all cheering each other on. And that's really cool to see that. Those weekends out of town when we're all together is really cool as well.
When I love that thought process, because then you can just say, hey, everybody's vacation time, go to the lake, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Because a summer gets long, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. It does. And the season gets long. You know, it's January and we're playing into June. So I think, it's nice that we have that flexibility, that we can create what's best for us. And we can kind of take a mid-season little pause, have a week or so away, and then we're all re-energized and ready to go to finish out the summer.
Because August, you get towards the end of that year.
Yeah.
We're really, if you're pushing all that, you really want to take a vacation.
Yeah.
And August comes quick. We're back in school, right?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
When do you guys start your season? Do you?
We'll start mid-March. I think we're scheduled to start the second week in March, and there's one here in Cape the weekend after that. So we always like to get one under our belts before we play in our backyard, just to work out some of the kinks and try to get a head up if we can. So,
youth baseball, back and forth. How much do you guys travel outside? I know you got to travel a little, probably more than most.
Yeah.
But in St. Jan, I know there's some tournaments.
Yeah.
There's some trips.
So we try to balance our schedule about maybe 50-50, maybe 60-40 on staying local on the 60% side. As we get older, my specific parents, they want to play a little bit different places. So with that being said, we're within a couple hours. So we try to schedule it where if we're going to St. Louis, some of them will drive back and forth that weekend. If we're staying, some of us will stay. And it just kind of gives them that option on what they want to do. And once again, if they have multiple kids, they might be playing somewhere else. So just keeping that in respect, and we try to keep it somewhat local right now within a couple hours.
Gotcha. And, if you're in St. Louis, take in a Cardinal game.
Exactly. 100%. Absolutely.
I love it. Josh, I want to say thank you
Absolutely.
for allowing us to bring.
I appreciate you guys.
Man.
I appreciate you guys coming on site and giving us the opportunity.
Absolutely, man.
Awesome.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we're here with Drew Brown. Drew's down here, part of the club, and you kind of oversee the premier pitching performance side of the program, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, me and Andrew Schwab out of Fenton as well.
Yeah.
He's a big part of it down there.
So talk to us about, how that works and what you're doing to incorporate that within the youth side here.
Yeah, so we, as a youth program, obviously the biggest thing is to get kids to move better and move more athletically and help them develop in a way that's going to be safe and not get them hurt. But the development they want, but in a safe way, just making sure they're moving better all around. We have youth groups 3 days a week right now, going through it. A lot of the guys, especially with Coach Austin's team, a lot of the guys are doing it. So we kind of incorporate the same warm up. That way they're kind of working it in as their everyday. Because, as they continue to get older, having a good warm up is a huge key part of it.
Right. So how'd you get started in this, man?
So I've always obviously loved being around baseball as a player. The tribe was not as big when I was coming through. And my brother coming up, I was always around it. Started coaching a team after my playing days were over, 13-year-old team, and then I got into coaching. And then the P3 side of it, Brian Austin and Schwab just kind of came out to me, and I got to see a lot that he was doing in Fenton, and just giving guys down here a chance and just giving them the resources like that. I mean, it's incredible. So
you were a pitcher, I take it?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So how have you taken some of the things that you understand and know and incorporated into that to what you're doing?
Yeah. So a lot of it is stuff I wish I knew when I was playing. So
I've heard that before.
Yeah. So I just try to be a sponge with everything he's saying and whatever P3's model is of how they get players to grow, and just thinking about what way would I have loved that as a player? How can I tell this guy so that he can understand it and put it to work some way that I could?
So how are you incorporating? I know they've got the app and all that stuff. Do you guys use those tools as well?
So for high school, they've got the Boost app, which gives them a program for every day. It'll take them through a lot of their mobility and correctives. It'll give them a throwing plan, give them lifts on there. It takes them through every day based on their table assessment and their biomechanic. For youth, so we will test them mobility-wise, do some stretch testing, a lot of jumping, throwing med balls, overhead, shot put, just seeing how they move and try to get them moving a little better.
Gotcha. Drew, appreciate you taking the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
There you go. Beautiful. You bet.
He's swinging a wood bat, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I like that.
I was hassling a little bit about it, but he's swinging it so good it's hard not to hassle him, right?
Right?
I kind of like it.
I love the challenge. See if you can barrel
do too,
some baseballs, right?
saves you on a bat here and there too, rather than just beating one up in practice. And I'm a firm believer if you can swing a wooden bat, when you put the other one in your hand, you're gonna be just fine.
That's right.
Yeah, let's pick them up in here.
I agree. I love that.
Yeah. You see it a lot, I feel like, with the older kids.
Yep.
But the younger ones are starting to come around to really using a wooden bat for BP.
Understanding how to barrel a baseball, right?
Sure, yes.
Because it's not easy to do.
No, no, it isn't.
Oh, who took the basketball shot?
What if you miss it?
I'm telling on him. My bad, coach. My bad. Because he looks over and goes,
We need to make that rule for our team because it's contagious, to say the least.
I love it.
Are we ready, Wyatt?
And we're gonna go down to 1 round. Is there 7 times?
1 round per kid?
One round of 8 per kid.
Perfect. All right, Wyatt, you hear that? You get 8, so make them 8 good ones.
All right. Are these kids all 11 right here?
Yes, sir. Yep. This is 11. The crew out there is 12, and we even got some 10U over here mixed in also. So
Okay.
I think we go from 7U all the way up to, don't give me the line, 13s, I think. But in our age group, I think we have 4 or 5 teams just in 11U.
Oh, wow.
So it's definitely, it's built a lot over the years, to say the least.
I think the challenge, here with these kids middle in is really learning how to get their hands in them, right?
For sure, yes. All right, Wyatt, you got about 4 more, buddy. Give me some good ones here. There you go, much better. Repeat. 2. And that inside pitch can be a challenge at times.
Absolutely.
I feel at this age, the outside pitch is harder to hit than the inside pitch.
Yeah. He did a good job on those last couple with his hands, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah. Wyatt does really well with an inside pitch for our team. And when he gets a hold of a ball, he hits it hard. He's a bigger kid.
Yeah.
Here we go, Gray. Good.
That's a good swing.
He does. My bad, buddy. That was high. Beautiful. It's crazy to me to see these kids progress from year to year.
Yeah.
Even just with size.
Right?
Grayson, I think he shot up, feels like 3 foot from last year. and with that, he's hitting the ball harder. You know what I mean?
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Good job, buddy. Give me 3 good ones. 2. Last one, make it your best one. I'll take it. Pick them up in here.
We're all 10Us.
These guys here are 11U.
Just 11.
We got a couple 10U kids in the other cage, and everybody else in this group is all 11U.
Okay.
2 of our 11U teams.
Okay.
Hey, all right. Attaboy.
So you're working with them, trying to take the ball middle away.
Yeah, we're working here middle away. The other cage right here, they're working middle in. So we're just progression of just a different focus in one cage to the next.
Gotcha.
And then to the live cage, kind of putting it all together and having an overall focus.
Gotcha.
Pick them up.
2 more. Attaboy. Last one. Hey, let's get a ball pick.
So when I like that progression because it is a thought process, right?
Yeah,
You finish,
yeah,
you're just
yeah.
with coach chucking it at them.
Yeah, so we try to do that a lot. Even with our tees, we've got a different focus on every setup, and a lot of our coaches do that when they're in here throughout the week. We set up different stations, and they're working, maybe high tee, low tee, and placement of the tee and the plate, and then our flips, and then we go live. And even in the live cage, we'll have different thought processes just to try to get them to focus on different things and not just getting up there and swinging and trying to really get into that at-bat mindset,
Gotcha. So the tee work over there, are they using a higher tee, lower tee?
Yeah, so in the first cage they're going low tee, and in the second cage we're going a little bit of a high tee setup. Yeah. So each station has a different focus, which is nice of just progressing along.
I like it. I like it. Oh, let's get back.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. All right, boys, we're working middle of the way here. Let the ball travel to you. That boy E.
It's a good round right here.
Yeah, he's swinging it well. Attaboy.
Give me one more hard.
Good. 2 more. Attaboy. Good job. Switch.
A lot of energy in that swing there.
Yes. Making it happen. Working middle of the way. Attaboy.
On that. Hey, you don't like bad.
Good job, buddy.
Good ball. Give me 3 good ones.
Switch. Good job.
What's interesting too is the adjustment, watching the kids do this and really taking it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not pulling the baseball here.
Yeah, and that's the one thing is just try to let that ball get deep to them.
Right.
And, just still taking a good aggressive swing and not trying to force it and guide it that way, but attack the pitch.
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy. Good.
I haven't been hit with a baseball in a long time.
Did you wear one?
I did. I wore one. I love it, man.
Oh, boy.
It's a cage. I don't know
Last
if you got
one.
that on camera or not, though. It'd be funny for the blooper roll.
Attaboy, good job. Switch.
It came off the top of that.
It got you in the head?
Yeah.
I took one of those the other night. We were in here with the high school kids, and it got me square on middle of the head.
top? Oh,
yeah. Oh,
that
right in the
hurt.
middle.
Ball.
Attaboy.
Oh, that's a big swing right there. I love this kid's swing. I mean, it is.
It's pretty compact and gets after it.
Yeah, he does. Gets a lot out of it. It's hard for
Let it
these
travel.
little guys to get that ball. Get so
Last
much
one, bud.
energy in
Yeah,
the swing.
yeah. Attaboy, good job.
All right, guys, we're having a good time down here. We're in Jackson, Missouri. We're with the Jackson Tribe, and I have with us one of the directors of the program, Brian Austin. First of all, thanks for allowing us to come stick the cameras in.
No, absolutely. We're glad you guys are here. It's fun.
We've talked about it a few different times, and this is the first time we've been down there. Coach Roach, of course, with the high school program, but get a chance to see the lower level and how you guys are building the program. Talk to us a little bit about the Jackson Tribe in that sense.
Yeah, so we're rolling right now from 7U all the way to 18. But for Tribe, we're 7U to 14U right now, roughly 225 kids, all from Southern Illinois, or Southeast Missouri, a little Northern Arkansas. So we have branched out a little bit. We started in 2014, and it was pretty much just to feed the high school program at that time when I was the head coach there. Since then, we've kind of branched out. We started getting a lot of area kids, and now we're getting multiple state kids in. So that's kind of changed the dynamic of the program and kind of changed the direction we're going.
I love that. So, because we were talking with a bunch of different kids, and it's amazing how many Illinois kids you have.
Yeah, it is. And we're just so close enough that it's easy for them. There's relationships over there. Now we're starting to pull those Southern Illinois kids, which is fantastic for us and them.
Yeah. So, being an old high school coach, and I know you're an administrator, what's the importance of the development process here with these young kids?
Yeah, I think our big factors is we want to have a product where no matter if they're 7 or 18U, we have a place for them to develop. And that was kind of the mindset of going into this facility as well. And it's not a tribe only place,
Right.
but we want to make sure it was a training facility. So we're able to have structure all the way from 7U to 18 on goals that we have for them, how we want them to develop, and also to be able to reach those kids that are just getting in travel and those kids that have been in it for a while. We want to have a place for all of them.
And this is something we're talking a lot about, especially right now. I think it's a big part of it. The training and development for that 8U on up to 13, 14U, how different is it than a high school development process?
Yeah, for us, it's completely different. We cut down our time a little bit, but we add in kind of intensity where we want shorter reps, but we want faster reps at that age group. So like they're in here a shorter amount of time, but at the same time, like we want them to stay active and we want it to stay fun, because what we see football and soccer being active and kids really going towards that. So when we're talking about a training environment, we want our practices to mock fast, because that's what they're used to. The kids these days are loving quick reels, little bits here and there. So that's how we try to mimic our training.
I love that, because you want the kids to keep moving it. Once they get stagnant, they start maybe climbing on the nest too.
Absolutely. We want them moving around, have as many stations as possible, with the least amount of kids on the station. Absolutely.
I love that. You've also, what's interesting to me is not only starting that process, but into the high school, you guys are partnered with the A's from up around there, and Premier Pitching Performance. Talk to us a little bit about those pieces.
Yeah, so it's a big piece for us, because the goal of our organization and Tribe is to have a place for everyone where they start at 7. There's no reason for them to ever leave. They have a place no matter their age group, no matter their skill level, whatever their goals are, we want to be able to match those goals. So those guys have came in big for us. P3 has been a huge addition for us in our organization and also our facility, just from the standpoint of the pitching knowledge and overall throwing knowledge they're bringing us. Our youth numbers in there are very high right now. Our high school numbers are increasing, but they're bringing a big dynamic for us, not only for our youth kids, but arm health, velocity, all of the pieces we're looking for to get these kids into high school. They're bringing that for us as well. DSAs has been a great partnership for us. At the high school level, we're able to offer a product that can fit a kid that if they just want to stay local in the high school, we can do that with the DSAs. If they're a kid who needs to be pushed to a national team, we can now do that with the DSAs. And then we can also train now in Southeast Missouri, so they're not driving to St. Louis to have to go to do all their training or their practices. We're training them all here. So we really opened that avenue up for Southeast Missouri, Southern Missouri, Southern Illinois, and Northern Arkansas because of that partnership with the A's, and Nick has been great to work with.
we're standing here in this training facility, and I was kidding with Coach Paul earlier. I said it still has kind of its new car smell.
It does.
And so how big has this been for you guys?
This has been huge for us just because we've been in the past renting separate facilities, not really being able to call a place home. But now we're in that factor now that we can. And we can get a lot more done with our space. With having a pitching lab, an open turf, and then 7 additional cages, we're able to fit a lot of kids in here at one time to get a lot of training done. And we envisioned doing it a little differently, where we're able to offer our kids 24/7 access. So if their parents are, getting off work and it's 8 o'clock at night, and they're sitting at home and so-and-so wants to go hit, there's no excuses now. They can go hit. Or our high school kids,
right.
They like to train late at night. So now we're able to offer that for those kids. So really taking away any type of crutch it takes for kids to train, we've tried to do that with this training facility.
Especially with this much snow on the ground out here, right?
Absolutely. It feels great inside.
Outside.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll see the high school kids come in here throughout the evening time, which is awesome to see. One of the biggest pieces is blending those young kids with our high school kids, and then just seeing that work ethic of our high school kids, and it has helped our youth drastically. We look over Christmas break when you have a Caden Bogenpole in here every single day, and then you have 12 you kids training beside him, and our high school kids come and see what that work looks like of hopefully a future first rounder. That's a big change for us, and it just helps us dynamically.
I love that. And I noticed, you got a couple of kids out here working, high school kids, Mr. Brown out there who is a really good base. How do those things, the dynamics, these kids see these, and they're out there, they see him at the ballpark, and then they walk in and he's sitting at the front desk. That's got to be a huge impact.
I feel like it's completely different down here because there's more of that family atmosphere where they know the kids that work the front desk, they know the high school kids because they see them in here all the time. So then when they see them in the high school game, they feel very open to go up to them and see them, or they want to attend those games more. So now you're bringing in a culture dynamic that is huge, where if our high school kids are training, but maybe our 11s are also training in a different cage, now you're bringing a dynamic together where they know those kids and you've built a solid culture.
I love that. I love that. Coach, I want to say thank you again for allowing us to come down. This is great. Kids are fun. They've been fun.
Awesome.
I love it. We mic'd a few of them up. They didn't disappoint.
Well, great. Oh yeah, they're not going to disappoint being mic'd up. That's for sure. But no, I appreciate you guys coming down and letting us be part of the tour.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.